Welcome today, my friends, to GTA 5. This is GTA 5 running on the PlayStation 5. You already know. I want to show you proof. Here it is in the back. You can clearly see PlayStation 5. I got it a day early from PlayStation. I'm very, very grateful. Now, this is actually the PS4 version of the game. Currently, there's no PS5 version available, but that will be coming soon. GTA Online is going free to play next year, and also there's going to be a remastered version of it once more, which is going to be 3 generations GTA has existed. That's pretty insane to think about. I mean, GTA 5, obviously. Now, I know why you're here. You don't want to just see how it looks, because honestly, it's going to look like it did on the PS4 Pro. For those of you that had a PS4 Pro, it's going to look very, very, very similar. It'll run a little bit better than that. I had a PS4 Pro, and there were a couple of things that I've noticed that are different, and so far, this does look better than it did. Now, first things first, we're going to jump in and we're going to quit this version of the game. So if we go on here, close game. Now, the reason I close game, I want to show you guys the loading, and I've been very pleasantly surprised by this because it's a lot better than I expected. So let's jump into GTA 5. It's still not loading. This is a like splash screen that comes up. Now it's loading. This is the normal GTA 5 launch screen that you've seen. And I'm going to say, I've played the PC version on an SSD. I play on an M.2 SSD on my PC. The game is huge, okay? We already know this. It took forever on PS3. It got a bit better on PS4. Same with the original Xbox 360. And now the Xbox One, it got a little bit faster. The One X, maybe a little bit faster, but we're going to see now what it's like on the PlayStation 5 and probably very, very similar on the Xbox Series X as well. So I'm not going to touch anything. All of this is going to be as it is. 10%, jump straight in. Beautiful. And we've got our first little information. You've been selected to get some... Oh, really? I get some bonus cash? And I'm in. It gets to 20% and then jumps into single player. Now, this is not the only surprise that I have for you guys. Surprisingly, the online loads faster too. What? I know, people thought it would just be, it was the servers, right? No, the loading is the loading of the game. When you're in the clouds, that is the servers, my friends. Now, just to give you a little bit of information for the servers, I'm on a gigabit connection. I'm on almost gigabit, 900 meg and 110 up. And that is fiber to the property. That's something that's now rolling out to the UK. So if you're in the UK, you may get it at some point. I would say very soon, but that would be a lie. So we're going to go once again. We're going to pause. We're going to go down. We're going to... I'm doing it wrong every time. I'm still going to learn this new UI. Close the game. And then we're going to jump into some online. Because online is where the game is starting to struggle a lot more. So we're going to launch the game. And hopefully... because my first demo, my first try of this, it did load very, very quickly. I'm going to let it jump in. This is not all load. I believe it does some initial loading behind these screens. At least that's what I believe. But realistically, the actual loading, to me, is when the loading screen shows, right? Surely. So even on PC, it takes a little bit longer than it should to load GTA. This now is an unoptimized version of the game, because when the PS5 version comes out, you know it's going to be much quicker than this. Let's jump straight to online. I've selected online. It's loading online. Let's see how quick we can get into this. Now, this surely will be a little bit longer, considering it's got to connect to the servers and the like. But again, as I said, I have a decent connection, but it's not my connection on its own that matters. It's connection to Rockstar servers, and I'm also in the UK, which I believe... Is there Rockstar servers in the UK? I know Rockstar North is in the UK. That's as far as my knowledge goes of that. Okay, we're at 20%. This is where we now loaded into the single player. Just like that, we're now at 30%. It's going to take a little bit longer to load into the multiplayer. But from my... we're in. Oh, I just got some money too. It's so much quicker. So much quicker at loading in. This is not the PS5 version of the game. The PS5 version of the game doesn't exist yet. The Xbox Series X version of the game, or Xbox Series S version of the game, doesn't exist yet. What does exist is the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One versions of the game, and I've got the digital version, so that helps more so. If you were playing a disc, you might get a little bit of a longer loading time. There may be some differences here, but of course it's still going to take a long time to load into a GTA Online session in the clouds. That definitely depends on just the situation. It just feels like we're getting in. So it's not past this, it takes longer to connect to a server than it does to jump into the actual game. And I'm in a lobby. Okay, so little fun fact for you guys. The lobby system on this currently plays with... I'm talking on the mic. I need to mute myself. This plays with PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 players. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do when they do the remastered version of it. Are they going to make it so that the PS5 players are separate from the PS4 players? Potentially. There's a very big potential there because the game will be more optimized and it'll run better and it'll have all these extra features, hopefully, they're talking about with the version of the game. So... it would be a shame to not be able to play with my friends anymore other than jumping on the PS4 version or the PS4 itself, but I would like to see some brand new features that couldn't really be done. For example, ray tracing and the like. Sure, that's a toggleable thing. G'day. Good day to you too. But ultimately, I think that in terms of future-proofing the game, they've kind of got to split it off. So, what my plan is now is to drive to the city because there's a downtown area that I know for 100% sure lags to bloody hell. And so we're gonna test that out. I know. So here we are with the PlayStation 5, and one of the first things I'm testing out is to see, can we play GTA 5 better? Yes. Now, for those of you that are properly into your GTA, I've played many months. I say many months. Actual playtime, I think, is a couple of months now on GTA. Actual physical playtime. And this is GTA Online, by the way. For those of you that play a lot of this game, you'll know that as soon as you get into like the downtown areas, that's where you start to get a little bit of dropping frames. I think it's safe to say it's still not as stable as it could be. Of course, if you really had an unlocked frame rate available on this game, we could play this at 60 plus frames very easily. They even didn't... I don't even think they had a PS4 Pro upgrade of this, did they? So there was no PS4 Pro or Xbox Series, Xbox One X upgrade available, which is just that I was hoping that we would get that, but we didn't. I didn't even think about that. I completely went over the top of my head. So this is playing the original version of the game. I say the original PlayStation 4 version of the game, post updates, which has a lot of content. The more they add into GTA, the more I notice there's some framing issues with this game. So in downtown, have I noticed anything so far? I'm gonna say it's holding up pretty well. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it looks better. I'm gonna say that there are a lot less jaggies on the screen. You can probably tell there are some still, but there's a lot less than there normally is. The one time I really want a player to come to me and blow me up. We don't get that because if we get some explosions and stuff going on, of course, we get to see a little bit more of how this is going to hold up. I can't even... we're in here. This is what I want. I have no substantial good... Not quite what I was after here. What we could do is make a pile of cars and try and blow those up together, but we know GTA is really well optimized in terms of the amount of cars on screen. They're all very low poly, so it's kind of difficult to get anything like that. But maybe I can have a bit of a shootout with a player, and I feel bad doing this, considering that I would normally complain about somebody doing this. I'm sorry, you're gonna be my guinea pig today. There is a player up here. Where is he? Oh, he's just stood here. He's just stood here. How about I give him a punch? And now you're gonna fight me or what? You're gonna come on. He's dead. So what we're gonna do? Let's do something a little bit more extreme. I need... that'll do. This'll do fine, won't it? I didn't see really much. Again, you would have to properly deeply analyze this, but it looks like this is doing pretty stably. Let's get a bit of a craziness going on. We'll get a bunch of cars to stay here. Have I got any grenades or something? That's going to keep those cars put. And they're going to be on fire. And they're going to be smoking. And they're going to be... Yes! Here we go. The more the merrier. No frame rate issues thus far. Still pretty stable. I'm going to find a nice vantage point in a second to try and... Who's still over here? No one. They're all dead. Where is he? There he is. Bit of a standoff. Not the best position. For God's sake! Now we're playing GTA Online. I guess another good test of this is to see how quickly we can load into garages in GTA Online. How does it affect things like that? Because to me, that's, again, another mix of servers, but also, I don't know. I think this might physically just load faster on here. So let's jump in. I wonder if for missions as well, how quickly that's going to go. Of course, that's going to be a lot of connectivity stuff. So let's go to Office Garage 1 and we'll see what cars we have in here. I've clicked on it. This is now the loading process. Still maybe about the same. I'm going to say it's the same. So this maybe a tiny bit faster. Maybe a tiny bit faster. I do have a lot of cars in here. So some of these car models are the newer GTA Online models. And they're not, I think they're more higher poly than the original GTA Online cars. But there's a lot of them in here. So to be fair, that loaded pretty quickly, if you ask me. Let's jump into one of these cars. Yes, very, very nice. Let's quickly press this on the stick. Press to modify vehicle. How quickly can we load from here to the gap? Is it normally that quick?
What are you after?
I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. The customization is all going to feel about the same. So let's now exit to the ground and see how quickly we can. Beautiful. Give me that nice shot. Looking spicy. Whose beautiful car is that? We've got the garage noise and we're out. Pretty quick. And again, all these things are going to be so much quicker when the game is actually mapped properly to work with Sony's new SSD technology. And again, with Xbox's equivalent too, it's going to be faster. In most games, it's going to be faster loading. But I would say it's going to be much more fast, much quicker, much quicker. It's going to be even quicker when we finally get it properly on the console. Now, one thing I do want to do is go maybe a little bit quickly. If we go fast, maybe while recording as well, maybe we can get this thing to stress and drop some frames when we have a little bit of a crash at high speed, because I don't know if I'm going to keep this speed up too good. We're going to find out. We're going to do our best. I mean, so far, I'd say not too bad. Oh, no. Oh, God. We're surviving. My frame rate's so good that we can manage to hopefully... Oh, God. He's right behind me. No, he's rubbish at flying. Give up. I'm just going to get out my car and run on foot. Because I don't want to die. Okay. We're going to fly this jet. All right. You're probably wondering why. What purpose does this serve? I want to see how quickly this game can keep up with me flying pretty low in a jet like this. Because if I fly low in my brain, that's going to take some loading speeds that maybe weren't possible on a hard drive, but are on an SSD. I should say that. This game is installed on the SSD thus far. Switch over to jet mode. Come on. No, that's not it. Here we go. We're in jet mode. And we're pretty low to the ground. We still got streaming things in pretty close to me in terms of this. So it'll be interesting to see how it's going to work in terms of the next gen, and they're going to be able to stream things a little bit further. I should sure hope so. And of course, will we get the advanced effects that are available on the PC, like the further draw distances and the like? Because, yeah, alright, there's GTA 5 on the PlayStation 5. I think that was a nice little demonstration to show you where we are, faster loading times, and probably a more stable frame rate is the best way I would describe it as of now. And of course, if you're playing at 4K, you're going to get a little bit nicer visuals than you did before, because a lot of you wouldn't even have had the PS4 Pro. You're jumping from the original PS4, the original Xbox, and now you're on the next gen. Alright, thanks so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash like, subscribe if you're new, and let me know if you want to see any other games. Maybe I'll do some comparisons. We shall see. Until next time, my friends, peace.